What is good, boys? Welcome back to live GBP USD demo trading. So today, right now, our bias is looking pretty bearish because going into market open, we're moving really higher, and we have this 1 hour gap down here. So shorting down to here is a pretty good idea because the only other real target is all the way down here. So ideally, right now, we're waiting for a break of structure to the downside. Or if off market open price wants to come down and hit a 15-minute gap, we can long off that. But if price decides that it doesn't really want to go lower off market open, then we'll aim for like a long-term short, which long-term basically just means down to here. The only reason I have this 15-minute gap marked out right now, that got invalidated. The only reason I have this 15-minute gap marked out like right now is because in case price within like the next 10 minutes decides we want to come down here, then we can look for a rejection off that. But if price goes out and takes out this gap's gone, we want to short down to here. If price goes down lower and takes out this gap, then we probably want to long up to highs here and this other hourly fair value gap, or maybe just this hourly fair value gap. On euro, it's a little different. Pretty much, I don't think we're gonna actually move lower until like a little bit later. I think we want to just like keep going higher until whenever GBP wants to reverse. Euro's target is about the same, except it's more far-fetched. Likely though, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna enter in this trade, and then it's gonna be like 4 a.m. hits while we're like down here, and then what's happened to the gap, we'll close there after the newly formed take profit gets formed at 4 a.m. And that'll be take profit one, and likely we'll just reverse higher off that. But we'll see. And honestly, like, yeah, this is an entry with confirmation, but it's stupid because there's nothing here. And like, same thing with this. Like, I don't want us to get an entry like going to here because, I mean, honestly, if we can get an entry targeting the 15-minute gap, I'm down to do so. But I feel like if we get an entry for shorts, we'd want to honestly just short down to here because it's not like we're tapping into it off market open or anything. Because, yeah, I would like to see price go and hit this gap and then reverse, but honestly, we could just reverse off the strong liquidity right here. And the thing is, though, I kind of should target this 15-minute gap. What would be most ideal is gosh, is if we get down to this 15-minute gap before we get a retracement. But honestly, like, I could target this gap, but I'm probably not going to. Okay, but like, I'll walk you guys through the confirmation. We broke structure below this low right here with this 3:04 a.m. candle. Now we can retrace into this 1 minute fair value gap, or if we can form a high here, we can hit equilibrium, but right now we have not formed a high, so we'll see what we do here. We might just sell off without any sort of retracement, which, yeah, probably is gonna happen. And then off here, it's like, okay, off market open. Basically, we're close. I don't know if this is like off market open or if it's like close enough to market open. The most ideal situation is we just bull run down to this gap. Then from here we can long. That's the best situation possible. Because if we go down to here and then we start showing signs of reversal, that could just be a retracement to send price down to here. So yeah, this is kind of weird, dude, because I don't know what to do. Euro's breaking structure to the downside, so literally once Euro gets confirmation, we're just gonna short off that. Well, I'm not gonna short on Euro, but like if we were on Euro, we would short off that. Okay, big two stack of imbalances here right here, so we can see to it that price pops into these. No way, this is edge range. No, it's like way off. We're retrace. If we can retrace, we can short down to the gap, but by that point, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you get an entry before the confluence, it means the confluence is not a retracement point for off market open. So, yeah, and likely we should be shorting down to these lows or these lows. Honestly, these are probably a good partial point. I might honestly go for a partial here because I feel like we might reverse off these lows, but I'm not going to mark them out at the moment. Okay, now that it looks like we're forming this high equilibrium rest right here. If we could get a deeper retracement, that would be nicer. Ideally, we're taking a short down to this 1 hour gap if we can close bearish here. Because there's no way we're just gonna go down into this 50-minute gap right here and then just reverse higher. Like I feel like we actually should get like a deep retracement here. But this looks like a retracement move that could send price higher in my opinion. Alright, well it looks like we're gonna invalidate this fair value gap, so I'll just move the entire gap up to this point. As long as we don't invalidate this fair value gap, this trade still looks pretty good because equilibrium from here is kind of far-fetched. If we invalidate the fair value gap, we're closing above 79% on the fib, which that's two forms of break of structure. But honestly, like this is a pretty good friggin' pullback. Okay, well, yeah, it looks like we're burping Hoyo. Unless by some miracle we come back into this fair value gap without closing all the way up here and we wick the sheesh out of this candle. And there's like no way we're gonna be able to short now. I'd be honestly like really surprised if we don't break structure to the upside. Yeah, this is just like a fake break on Euro. But like literally, okay, we broke structure to the upside, so remove all of this stuff. Now we need a new break of structure to the downside. Or honestly, I mean, to be fair, if we can get a retracement here, I'm not opposed to saying price just edge the 15-minute gap, and off that we're gonna go and hit this hourly gap. It's 7 pips, but I feel like it's kind of, but like at the same rate, I don't want to take this though. Like I'd much rather skip out on this, wait until we hit this gap, and then bet on the likelihood of us getting down to this gap. And honestly, I can do that because I don't need to trade like the rest of the week. I'm already up like $2,000. So really, if I want to trade or not, it's all just up to personal preference. But realistically, if I'm gonna enter long here, I need a deeper retracement. Like ideally down to here because I need a good risk to reward. So price decides we don't want to go down here. Like technically I could just say, oh, order block right here and have a reaction for the order block be the 15-minute gap. And be like, oh, we barely push out of it, now we're back into it. Now it looks like we're gonna close out of it. And then if we do close out of it, or we break structure to the upside, I can just be like, okay, well that's enough confirmation for longs, but I'm not gonna long off that because one, the margin's too tight, and two, it's just not a good trade. It's a trade with like really crappy stops. Euro might literally want to just go up and take out this high. This is more like a 5 minute fair value gap that we're reacting off of right now. And last time price was reacting off 5 minute gaps, it was really annoying and there was like literally nowhere to take profit. I feel like now we could just skip out on any sort of long here and just keep looking for the short. Now though, it's like while these are obvious like reaction points for price, like price has reacted higher off this twice. It's been like, okay, we're gonna go down, go higher, go down, go higher, off like the same price range. Likely we would want to take profit there, but I'm still not going to because that's not in my plan. I would like to see this next candle break structure below this low right here. Because if we get a retracement, it's going to result in this breaking structure to the downside. Unless we go lower, retrace, and then just wick off that without breaking structure. If we do that and then we close bullish, I would probably long. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Because it's like now if we hit the 15-minute gap, I'm just gonna wait for confirmation for shorts. I just ignore it altogether. But it's like if we get confirmation for longs now, like we get a retracement for longs, then it makes me want to long because from there I don't think price is gonna like want to go lower and we can just use this kind of move lower as a reason to believe price wants to continue higher. Bro, like technically you could enter off this with this equilibrium right here. So low, high, and then from this low to high, price comes into it and it's reacting off of it. So literally if we close bullish here, it's technically an equilibrium reaction. And then like literally stops could just go below the gap here. And you could just slap something for like a 1-to-1 on here. But I mean, if you don't close bullish, there's no reason to even do that. But like, I kind of want to do this if we do close bullish. I mean, man, I'd rather it's just not close bullish, so I don't have to do it. And yeah, we formed like a doji, so I'm not gonna interrupt that. Bro, but this risk reward's so mid, bro. I'm gonna wait for like a better trade to take. I'm not gonna take this. I mean, it's like honestly pretty obvious that price would want to move higher. Like stops could really go below here because of equilibrium, but it's pretty obvious like if we close bullish, that price would want to move higher and take out this gap, then we can actually fulfill the reverse move lower that I think we're gonna get. I would like the candles to start like actually forming now though. Looks like Euro can break structure now, and I'm hoping that GBP will want to do the same. Because we could see a break below this low. Although really I want to see price break this low and then give me a retracement. Bro, what are these candles, dog? Like we haven't formed a real candle in like 4 minutes. We're just chopping it up above this liquidity here. But trading with the probability that price is going to go higher and the probability that price is going to go lower are like two completely different things because the probability that price is going to go lower falls my plan and sheesh. Like, yeah, we're already above this high. Like, now, I don't think we can actually long. Okay, what I don't know is if price is going to decide to actually go higher or sellers will just eat up this candle. Bro, why are we so indecisive right now? Why do we keep going higher and then lower? Like, can we just... There we go. Okay. Now stay below this low, please. Okay, well, I guess it's fine. Okay, now realistically we can target a pretty big short here. I'd like to see this candle form as is. And then from here, I am definitely not opposed to seeing price down to like just rip all the way down here on euro, maybe, if we don't form an hourly gap here. Or just rip all the way down to here. Because there's no way we can't get down to here. Like, be real. We could reverse all these lows here. There's no way we can't get down to this fair value gap here and, like, retrace into it again. Like, there's just no way we can't do that, bro. Even though, like, I could close 1-to-1 at the 50-minute gap, probably still not going to. Because, like, I don't want to. The one situation where I did have to close at a 15-minute gap is when it was stacked up and it was right in front of the hourly gap. I'm pretty sure it was just because we were within like 6 pips of a take profit. Okay, now we can get a retracement, and now off this we can look for a short. I don't know why, but I feel like price is just trying to get a smaller move. Like, if you just look at it, it feels like we're sizing up to give a pretty good risk to reward at the 15-minute gap. Oh shoot, well, is that within anything? That's off the retracement by like 28. It's off the retracement by 5 pips. 5 pips. I don't know why if we didn't close freaking bearish here, I would have used the equilibrium to short. But because price decided to be stupid, now I have to look for equilibrium basically at the fair value gap. Order block is like here. So literally it's like order block fair value, gotta keep equilibrium. Just rip up to that, please. Because while, yeah, there's like some displacement here, we do need more of a retracement to actually confirm that price wants to move lower. Okay, sweet. So we got a retracement, no longer in need of equilibrium here. So now step number 2 is complete. Fair value gap has been retraced into. Now off this, we are looking for a rejection to the downside. And gosh, like I don't need to, and I probably shouldn't, but I probably am. Yeah, I probably am just gonna go and target this 15-minute gap so I don't have to worry about losing nothing. I mean, I'm hoping we don't invalidate the gap. I'm hoping we can go below it actually within this candle here. Or at least just stay in it. Okay, we barely invalidated it. We know it's not a big deal. Equilibrium rests right here. If we can close bearish out of equilibrium without closing above 79 on the fib, we could probably short. Like realistically, what we need price to do is not really form any sort of bullish candle higher, but instead close below at this point here on equilibrium. Then following that, we can go ahead and short. Because even if we get a bearish closure now, okay, boom, that's perfect. Whoa, whoa, we are way over us. What are we doing? Okay, sell. Alright, we sent you short here on GBP USD. We got all their confirmation. We rejected hard off this equilibrium. So likely now is going to be the time the price would want to reverse. Ideally, take profit one is here, but if we can get down to this gap or this point of price, I'll close off like half my position, just because I would believe that jeez, bro, can we chill out? Gosh, dog. I know I just entered, but dang, bro, like, you gotta chill. I'll close off half of my position, and when I say half, I mean 2 million units. If we can get down to here, because, oh wait, we're in with 2 million units. Okay, I'll close off 1.5 million units if we can get down to here, and then just close the rest down here, because ideally we do want to take most of our profits off here. But if I can make at least a small profit here, I'm happy with that. Okay, but I have to like what I did last time, which was bad, is that I let these candles that were like close to stopping me out, I let them influence my buys and think that like, bro, oh my gosh, I barely got this move here. So like, what I need to do now is like, I need to just bro, I just need to I forget what I was saying. I just like need to take profit as soon as possible because price it almost stopped me out. So that means we're not even gonna go lower. I'm not gonna take profit like early. I mean like there really isn't a reason to close here. 2.5, that's like 12. I'll like genuinely close half my position. It's like 1.3 mil. I'll genuinely close out my position here and close the rest of the other take profit. And since we're selling, we're gonna buy back our units. So if we get down here, we'll buy this back, make like whatever half of that is. You guys can do the math. It's like $700. And then after that, if price decides that we want to come down here, I'll get really mad at myself for closing early. I'd rather price get down to this take profit. Oh wait, I have a better idea. Why don't I just move stops to break even if we get down here? Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so if price decides we want to get down here, I'm actually just not even gonna take profit. Okay, but 20% of 26, or it's like probably 22 units. If we can get down here, it's a great day, amazing day for shorts, but that it's kind of a long shot. So it's kind of like yesterday's trade, where it's kind of a long shot. Honestly, we're taking profit early. If we can get it, it's dope. But if we can, it's also whatever. Trying to think here though, because like I can't think about take profits when I'm about to get stopped. Where it looks like I'm about to get stopped out, bro. It just doesn't work. Well, we inverse this, so this is not here anymore. Like we moved kinda lower. Um, hmm. I wonder if this is gonna be a day where we would need to take two trades in order to take a win. Yeah, I can't think about take profits when it looks like price isn't going in my favor. Like I would need price to like be down here in the green in order for me to be like, okay, yeah, I can look at take profits. Hold on. What does it take to move it a pip above? Oh, I'll take 26 bucks to get a pip above the liquidity. Yeah, I'll do that no problem. Because I know edging a stop loss is honestly pretty common. Well, we did just break structure to the upside on the 1 minute. I don't really know why we would go higher besides wanting to hit the fair value gap. If we do get stopped out here, I'm most definitely not taking another trade because this fits my plan, fits all my confirmation, and the only reason that we would take another trade is because that price decides we don't want to move now and we want to move later, or we maybe just don't want to move at all, which both are entirely, is that both? We want to move later. Yeah, both are entirely possible that we either want to move later or we would want to move or just not move at all. That would be the two possible outcomes. If we lose, those are the two possible outcomes. Okay, now that we're not sitting in like a huge chunk of drawdown, I can think about take profits. So if price gets down to here, like I said, stops go break even, and then we see if we can get price to go even lower. Although taking profit here would be pretty sweet. Realistically,
We should be taking profit all the way down here. Alright?
okay, and now Euro's kind of just chopping it up here, so that kind of stinks. Um, okay, so let's just see here. I need to tab out for just a sec. Okay, 26 divided by 4 is 6.5, so yeah, just 2 million units, easy. So 2 million units will go off once price gets down to here. Like, no idea how much I make off that, but if price gets down to here, buying back 2 million units from the market, and then following that, we'll see to it that price can get down to like these lows or the lows all the way down there, which is insane. Like, that's actually such a wide take profit. Oh shoot, what am I doing? Honestly, that might be a good idea. Like, if price gets to a point that it could reverse off of, I could move my stops to break even, and then we wouldn't have to worry about losing anything. And then it's literally you lose $0 or you make like $1,000. But in order to get to that point, we would need price to follow our plan all the way down to this point. I mean, take profit is here. Bro, like, why do we keep forming these big odd candles? Like, honestly, yeah, this is like literally forming up to give us a really good entry. We hit both fair value gaps, and we might not inverse a single one, or we might just inverse both of them. I don't know. We actually really felt like we just went above both of them, and now we're coming back below both of them. What if we, like, by some miracle, just close bearish on this candle? That would be kind of crazy. No way. That is insane. If we close bearish, that is insane, bro. Because that is, like, the best rejection of all time. Yeah, because now it's like we still need a bearish candle. Price, like, never reacts off 15-minute gaps to take profit targets, though, which is, like, that's why I don't want to target there. But what if we could actually end up taking profit here if price decides to not hit anything before 4? So that's kind of why I did want this to form bearish, because we could just not form a bearish candle. What if we just chop between almost stopped out and like barely profit for the next 30 minutes? And then after that, price forms this hourly gap, and then like we just target the hourly gap as TP, and then we TP there. or we don't even get to take a TP today. Bro, this is low key like so calming. Like I know it's so stressful, like risking a lot of money on this, but it's like if I just sit in silence, it's like honestly so relaxing. Especially now, because I'm already in my trade. I wonder if price is gonna move similar to yesterday, where like we chop it up for a while, and then it looks like we're just gonna chop it up until 4 a.m. Then we can reverse off the gap, or it's gonna look like we might move the exact same in the way that it looks like we're gonna reverse off the hourly gap, and then we end up just deciding that instead of reversing off the hourly gap, we just want to invalidate it by just going below it before it forms, and then we just target the next available take profit on the board or on the chart. Hold on, what are my rules? Because I'm already in a trade and I haven't even looked at my rules today. Take one trade, be patient, wait for a break of structure off market open. If two gaps slash key levels overlap, use the most recent one slash the stronger higher time frame key level. If after 4 a.m. or after 4 a.m. before getting off, check for new form, take profit slash reversal points. When in shorts, to take a partial slash profit, hit buy instead of sell. We already know that. I already said buy back my units. When in extremely bearish market conditions, I'm not in bearish market conditions. When price is within 5 pips of a take profit and stalling out, you can close a partial because price has the possibility to just barely add your take profit and stop you out or at least put you back in the negative. There was really high impact news today. I'm pretty sure I told you guys that. The news actually got canceled. Don't know why, but the news is just not there anymore. So that's why, like, today I'm like really keen on entering because likely we can actually get a move. Whoa. Okay. Um, I mean, I like to see. Okay, we hit it. Wait, right? We're gonna hit it, right? Right. Okay. Yeah, we hit it. So we're gonna go ahead. Put stops at 0, 0. We're gonna see to it that price gets all the way down to here. And as of right now, we're up a lot of money. But hey, this one kicks in here, and we're gonna chill and see to it that price can get down to here. Let's hope is we can see to it that price can get down to here. If it doesn't, it's whatever. And I guess you could just say close sooner, but I would like to see price get all the way down here. Because, yeah, well, this is a pretty good bearish move. Like, bro, but what if, like, moving my stops to break even is stupid? Well, it's not stupid. It, like, technically follows your plan because price can reverse off. Is this a 30-minute gap, too? It's also a 30-minute gap. Like, bro, price can reverse off this. This trade is kind of also riding off of the fact that price might want to, like go and like hit a second take profit. Yeah, that's also what this is riding off of. The price likely wants to hit a second take profit. What I don't like though is these were more magnets for price. This isn't really a magnet. This is just kind of there. This is just like catch a piece of price continuing bearish. I mean, if we get stopped at a break even, I don't really care.
If we could take profit, that would be the freaking glory days, man.
Or not, it would be glorious if we get to take profit. Absolutely glorious. But we're kind of slowing down after that one candle, so don't know if we actually want to do that or if we're just gonna sit here for a minute and not actually get the slow. So if we're at 83, then price could likely edge it if we slow down. But yeah, it looks like, I mean, at least compared to the other candles, that we are slowing down. But maybe if we could form another candle, I honestly would say that we are kind of trying to gun down for the take profit.
Because right now, we're up a lot of freaking money. And I'm not closing.
And you guys may be wondering why. Want to know why? It's because we're not at a take profit point. And if we do hit my take profit point, we're up so much money. We are up so much money. Okay, bro, it honestly looks like if we can just keep forming like one bearish candle after another, we could just gun all the way down to my take profit. Yeah, remember, buy instead of sell. Bro, take profit 2 is also like insane. Bro, there's no way 2 million is like a fifth of that, because it's like 600, 600, 624, bro. That's like so off. It's like 5, dog. And then I'll just leave it in there. All right, bro. Let's just go lower. Let's just go lower. Let's just like keep forming one bearish candle. Like just one more. Just rip down here. Just rip down to my take profit. You know, just rip down there. Just rip down there, dog. Look at this 10 pips. Never seen that before. It makes sense if we form a bullish candle here, because we might get a retracement. Honestly, I might go ahead and like just close if we break structure. It's so stupid, but I might honestly. Or an even better idea. I don't see a stop loss on here. Where? Oh, what the heck, bro? What just happened? Dog. Oh my gosh, I just misclicked. Welp. That stinks. That really stinks. I didn't mean to do that. That stinks, dog. I did not mean to just reverse my position out of the freaking blue. Well, um, that sucks. If we get on it take profit, that really sucks. Because we're missing almost like $1,000. Oh gosh, and now we probably are gonna go in and take profit. I just sell right now just so I can get it, but no, that would honestly be dumb. Okay, well, I was, what was I trying to do, bro? Like, I don't even remember what I was actually, I was trying to move my stop loss to like $1,000, so then if we move like up to here, we're still profiting money. Like, just trailing my stop loss. But I just couldn't even see it, and I didn't know what that button did, but, I mean, now you do, so, yeah, I guess now I know what that button does, so, it's whatever. But if price decides from here we want to go and reverse higher, then I just made myself a big freaking bag. But price probably is gonna hit my take profit. Or maybe it's not, but price probably is gonna hit my take profit.
Oh, I guess a win is a win, dog. But bro, like, I honestly should be making so much more right now, dog.
If we decide to hit take profit, I think a good call is if price would break structure to the upside, you could trail your stop loss at about $1,000, which you just put it. If you enter this for value gap, you could trail your stop loss at $1,000 here. Price hits this, you make some, and if price decides we want to actually go lower long term, take partials here, and you make like, okay, well, how much would I actually make? So it's 20% of this, so just divide this by 4, take off 875. Oh, I mean, it's like an extra couple $100. Bro, like, do I even include the rest of this stuff, bro? Because, like, I don't know why I got charged 78 and then I got charged 131. I don't know what the 78 was for. Okay, it looks like we honestly are gonna have to trail our stop loss anyways. So realistically, I think a decent move here that would have followed some sort of plan. Closed early, and then it's me making like almost 2 bands, bro. Bro, oh my gosh, it wasn't even emotional, bro. I didn't want to close there. I didn't know what that button does. Like, it was just some random button, bro. I didn't know it just reversed my position. I guess I took profit, but bro, I'm still mad. Okay, this, if you guys look at it, it adds up to like $200. And then this is like, we'll just take off 2 of these. We'll say, well, hold on. Let's make it like exact. Let's make it exact down to the penny. This is 920. This is 80. This is 130. So this is $210. So that would bring that down to 910. And then that would bring that down to 710. So today we made $1,710, a lot more than our normal winning days. But yeah, stop loss looks like it's getting trailed here, and it looks like we would take profit here because honestly, price could reverse off this point. And honestly, I'm kind of down to like do the same thing here. But yeah, I am pretty down to do the same. Like if price hits this trailing stop loss, like the hypothetical trailing stop loss, I'm down to just repeat this process if this comes up again. Looks like, okay, bang, we'd make like $1,000. A win day is a winning day. I Now it's like, would that have been wrong? Because will we go from here and reverse down to these lows? So then it's like, do we want to trail our stop loss? Is that a good idea? Or should we try and go, like, yeah, do we want to trail our stop loss? Is that a good idea to have? Or do we not want to do that? And do we want to leave it at break even just so we don't have to worry about losing money off of a potential take profit? Because now that, like, literally, we reacted off this fair value gap here pretty much. Now the chances of us like going lower is like kind of slim. So almost taking profit here was pretty decent idea. If price decides we want to, if we hit break even, taking profit here was a pretty good idea. Bro, honestly, today's execution was banging, dog. The reason I'm not actually like stopping the recap is I want to see like for you guys and for myself if I'm gonna move this mic because I need to like actual rinse type. You guys can probably still hear me. I need to see what actually happens because this is a new type of situation where like we're kind of reversing off the gap, but also we might not reverse off the gap. We might actually go lower here. We might hit like a 5 minute retracement, which we're doing now, and then we might break structure to the downside, and then we might go in my direction. It's a possibility, but by some miracle, I accidentally closed off my position here and secured like 2 freaking bands. What I say? 700 and 1,710 bucks. Um, entered with all of my confirmation and targeted the appropriate, pretty sure that's how you spell it, the appropriate take profit target on the charts instead of closing sooner than I was supposed to, but I also accidentally closed early because I was trying to trail my stop loss and then the reverse position button, not really knowing what it does, but also stayed and it made me close early. Oh yeah, there's like no way we don't want to go higher now. Okay, but what if, let's just say this, some miracle happens, price decides we want to hit break even, almost stopped you out, or maybe just not, like we want to get within a drawdown zone, and then following that, we want to form the hourly gap, and then we want to get all the way down there. It's a possibility. A very strong possibility. I feel like we're gunning for that break even hit. Like edge work up here, then go lower, and bro, I honestly got so lucky. I made too much money today. I should not have made as much money as I did today. Realistically, I shouldn't have made any money today. I made like 2 bands, dog. That is insane. What was my risk to reward? Like, I'll just say whatever this thing was. What if we actually get stopped out? Or on like the theoretical position? You could have honestly lost money off break even. Yeah, it looks like we might. What if we do exactly what I said? Edge max to edge max stop loss. Edge max. Edge max. Edge max. No way. No way. Okay. 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 3.41. That was my risk reward. That did not actually get hit. Okay, so Today, price decided to go lower. Maybe, on the contrary, we could just go ahead and say target target a fair value, target the 15-minute and 30-minute fair value gaps as the profits. If it's like you can in a reasonable situation. If it looks like it's a reasonable point to take profit at, because then from here we could have made like $1,000 off the take profit, and then been kind of chilling. Bro, we're like just gunning for longs. But hey, made a lot of freaking money today. That was so lucky. Like you guys saw that. We were down here, right? And then I misclick, hit the reverse position button because I don't think I told you guys that like while like I was trying to trail my stop loss like here, which is like what I did is like a mock thing because like in case price we actually wanted to move higher, like you want to at least secure something. But like in case price wanted to move higher, um then I would want to actually make some money because we're in so much profit right now. And by some miracle, I closed all the way down here, obviously on accident. The only thing is, with my risk to reward, I don't actually know what to do here. It's 2.28. Wait, it's not 2.28, it's like 3.41. Which technically that was a risk to reward, but I did close early. Which I'm already saying that, so it's fine. Okay, we'll see how much of this trade I can journal before 4 a.m. But we've been pretty good at predicting price action, like predicting when price wants to move in the direction that it moves in. It's just a matter of like, it's like figuring out where to take profit. That's not an issue. If you're in profit, just take profit. It's like that simple. If you're at 1-to-1, just take profit. It's like that simple. Okay, when we enter 321, bro, that is like the most common trade window ever, bro. Today was 321, yesterday was 318, Monday was 307, and then 311, and then 322, and then actually out of trades. What about Thursday? 330, 350. Oh, that was revenge trade. 322, 313, 340. That's what I trade. 321, 321. Wait. Oh, yes, both the same days. 309, 355. I mean, take profit, take profit. 307, 312, 310, 348. I missed take profits that day. 304, 303, 309, 307. Bro, wait. Wait at least 10 minutes into market open. You don't have to do that. But like, bro, just 4 back-to-back days entering within like 5 or 10 minutes of market open. Bro, I got so lucky today. I actually got so lucky. Okay, I'm gonna stop this recording. That's gonna be the title of this video. I got so lucky today that I closed when I did. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for our next live demo recap. We're gonna be up this week regardless, so yeah, I'll just see you guys tomorrow.